G'day.
Kia ora,
Welcome to Cup of Tea and a Yarn. I am Kylie. I'm Crafty Mama on Instagram and Ravelry.
and I'm Jill. I'm Tia Yarn on Instagram and Ravelry.
And
That
and
was
welcome to any new viewers because we had a shout out from Unwind and Knit with Me. And we've had a few new subscribers, so welcome.
hi.
We're not very serious. We're pretty laid back, casual.
I was just thinking how almost seamless the introduction was then.
Oh, that's because we arranged it beforehand, which we talked about doing about 4 episodes ago on the episode. So that's how casual we are. What are you wearing, Jill? Talk to me about what you're wearing.
This is uh something about rooftops. Oh, you didn't tell me you were going to ask me.
Oh,
It's
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
it's yeah,
It's
yeah,
Yeah Yeah
yarn.
Yarn though, isn't
It's
it?
yeah, yarn.
And I'm wearing
And
Yeah Yeah Yarn.
I'm going to tell you because I've got
We're
my tab.
matchy matchy.
I really like yours. That's fab. Hang on,
Thank
and
you.
I'll tell you. What tin roof it is.
Oh, tin roof. Yep.
Yes,
Yep. It's
by
really nice.
a Singapore lady, Yamagara.
Right.
So it's knit sideways, front and back together, and then front and back together, and then it's got like a I think it might be a Russian crochet
Oh,
seam
the join in the middle. Yeah.
here in the middle, and then you put
Hmm.
a little bit on the bottom.
It's really nice. How many skeins did that take? Two. I like that. I've got a few two skeins in my
Yeah,
stash. You could knit it with two similar skeins too and just alternate every row, couldn't you?
good, yeah.
That
Because
would be
it's
really
and
interesting.
kind of in panels, so you like do blobs of the different. Yeah, I
Mm.
mean, this is kind of similar anyway, but you can see this is a blob there and that's a blob. Yeah,
So it is two different skeins.
it is two different skeins, yeah, but they are
Right.
really, really similar. And it's got
Yeah.
the little nips in it.
Nips.
Nips, there you go.
The tweed yarn.
Yeah, little bits of cotton
Cool.
comes off on my black dress.
Oh.
And what are you wearing?
Oh, this is just a machine knit sweater that I made last year with some yeah yeah yarn. It's not a pattern. It's kind of loosely modeled on the boxy, on
Yeah,
Locatelli's boxy. And I did use the boxy neckline, but I've been wearing it lots because it's suddenly cold here.
it's lovely. I love
It's
it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes. And I've been wearing my shawls at night, just when I'm sitting on the couch and I'm just a little bit chilly, just kind of wrap my shawl around. Actually, that's why that's here because that was wrapped around me when I came upstairs.
I
Um,
spent a couple of days in Christchurch and it was
mm,
hailing, 6 degrees.
oh my
That
God.
was 6 degrees in the morning when I got up. So I don't know how cold it got overnight. Um, so I kind of looked at the weather report. And, oh, it's going to be cold. Okay, so I thought I'll wear my socks and my boots. I
Yep.
should have taken pantyhose, but I
Oh,
didn't think it would be that cold, but I should
yep.
have. And maybe a coat would have been good.
Oh, you didn't have a coat.
But
Oh
I
my
didn't
God.
really have coats. I have like little
Yeah.
jackets, but
Yeah.
we didn't get cold here. So
It's been cold though. We've had a cold snap. It was
mm,
8 degrees one morning when I drove home. It was really, really cold. Yeah. And because I'm in the office all night
yeah,
when I'm at work, I kind of crank the temperature up a little bit.
yeah,
And I've got long sleeves on at office anyway. And then I have a shower and I
mm,
get out of the shower and I'm at work. I have a shower
yeah.
and I'm nice and warm from being in the shower. And then I go outside and I'm like, oh my God, it's freezing. So yeah. Um,
I was going to wear my new top, but I don't like it.
Tell me about your new top because you did just allude to that before we started.
So I finished my lacy raglan. I hate it.
It's really nice. You don't like it.
So
Oh,
it's okay. So a couple of things. the style isn't me. Some things I like. I like how high the neck is because it comes right up high.
Yep.
But I don't like the sleeves being like as like wide like that because there's no
Okay.
shaping in the sleeves.
Yep.
Um, and yeah, it's ugly.
Mm.
So, but I thought
So,
I won't frog it yet. I'll show it to you. So say, look, I finished it. Never wear it, so it will get frogged.
oh, well done finishing it.
I finished it. I even blocked it.
Yeah, I mean, clearly you thought you were going to wear it.
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Mm.
I put it on and I thought, oh, no, I don't really like it, but let me give it a bit of a wash. And I did
Mm.
my drying piece, like light, flat. Then no, it
Mm.
doesn't go with anything I've got. The
Oh,
style is just, yeah, it's not me.
you need like what you'd need like a big pattern, like a big floral or something to go with it, maybe.
Yeah,
Do
maybe.
you? Yeah.
I know, I don't like it.
Oh well.
But it annoys me because I see the lady from Dunedin, Vintage Pearls.
Mhm.
She's made three, I think, and they all look amazing on her. Not on
Mm.
me. It's not for me.
Oh, well,
But I
at
finished them.
least you've learned that you don't like that style.
That's
So
right.
now you won't make that style again.
No, I won't.
Easy, done, finished.
But yeah, as I say, I did quite like the high. A lot of people don't like the high neck, but I do like the high neck.
I don't like the high neck.
Jordan.
Like just looking at what you're wearing and what I'm wearing, like you can see how I like a looser neck.
This one's even got a
Whereas,
V in it.
yeah, right. Whereas that right there would bother me.
Yeah.
I don't like anything to be, yeah, I'm quite a loose. Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway, so there you go.
Well,
I finished something that I
I
hated.
finished something. I finished a garment as well.
A garment.
A
Oh,
garment.
wow. Come on. What did you finish? Sorry. I'm sorry, I did see it.
It's a dog sweater. It's a garment.
I think it's very clever
She's been wearing it every morning since I finished it.
because she wants to, or because you're making her.
It's cold. I mean, she can't put it on herself, so I have to put it on her. But she's not like trying to take it off. You know, she's not like scratching it, trying to take it off or anything. She's quite happy. In fact, I put her out one day. I went out and I totally forgot she was wearing it, and like I didn't find it destroyed in the garden or something. Like she was still wearing it when I came home. So she clearly likes it. Anyway, this is not a pattern. This is modeled off this is called Pupography. So it's the Westnitz Shawlography shawl that he's made for his dogs to wear. And he's got a project page on Ravelry where he's put his instructions. So I followed it pretty much to the letter down the back. I did follow it to the letter down the back.
Okay. But your
Because
dog's bigger than his.
yeah, but I think because of the shape of his dog is a lot boxier than Sammy's, quite trim.
Okay.
Um, but then when it came to shaping it around her, he just did a flat. So his was more like, what did he do? He did it to there. Sorry, just elevator music, please. There we go. He did that. So
Oh, yeah.
just a straight across. And I got to that and went, that's actually not going to fit Sammy because she's got quite a caged chest.
Mm-hmm.
So I did some short rowing
Cool.
and it works really well. Now I've just joined this here. I think I'm going to undo that join or do something. It just needs a little tuck. Maybe I'll just sew it up on my sewing machine or something.
Mm-hmm.
It just needs a little tuck there. It's just a little bit loose around her neck. So yeah, anyway,
And do you wear
maybe
your shawl to match when you go walking?
I did put the shawl on for my daughter and her friends the other day.
Yeah.
They were very impressed. But it hasn't really been walking weather. It's raining today, and yeah.
Very cool.
So yes, so that's done. That used almost 400 grams of sock yarn.
Hmm.
So I'm counting that as one skein
Yeah.
for my.
For your mind, for your ticking off thing.
That's right. Yep, I'm counting that as one. So
Excellent.
yeah, rather than 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and what's really exciting is
Mm.
Westets has got a new collection coming out next week.
Mm.
Dog sweaters. So this is the first dog sweater I've ever knit.
Yeah.
I've never knit a dog sweater
Did you
before,
enjoy
but
it?
I really did. Yeah, yeah. So I'm going to see, I think we're going to see more of these this year. If he releases it as a book, I will be like, buy now and knitting them as they come out. I think he'll do like that sort of thing because that's what he's done for his sock collection.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the sort of thing. That's probably what he'll do.
Oh, well done. And see, there we go. That was nice. Yours is a happy ending after mine
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. But you did something pretty special since our last podcast, didn't you?
On my week thing,
No, no, your socks.
my socks in a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You did
did.
a whole pair of socks by hand in a week.
Yes, yes, and they match.
They're fantastic.
So it
What's the
was
yarn? Is that an opal?
my pal. One of their, oh gosh, I can't remember, disco or something. I can't remember now.
Oh, never
You,
mind.
you, you know not to ask me things like that.
Sorry, sorry. I asked you if it was opal.
It is opal, that's right. I just don't remember the colorway.
That's fine.
But it's a very cool color. Um,
Really
it
cool.
kind of has like little bits of black in it all the way everywhere.
See, I'm wondering if it's the same as mine with the black through it.
Mm, could be.
Because I've knit a pair as well that has the black through it. Opal. Anyway, so what's your pattern?
It was toe up with a fleagle heel.
So just a vanilla sock.
Yeah,
Plain.
because
Nice.
I was doing it in a week. I started toe up
Yeah.
because I thought I'd just go as long as I could up the leg in case I ran out of time. They might be shorties, but I managed to
Smart.
do quite long ones.
Excellent.
And I finished with like a day to go.
Amazing. I'm very impressed.
I did have a lot of meetings.
Hmm. And you obviously knit them 2 at a time as well.
I did, yes. I did them 2 at a time, and they became my only knit for the week.
Right.
Yeah, like that was like even on an evening. So normally the socks are my at work or in meetings kind of thing to do.
Yeah.
But these became my other knit as well.
Right.
Yes. Do you like them?
They're very cool.
Yeah.
Are they going to be for you?
Maybe, or I'll put them in the
In the box.
in the box for the Wellington family.
Because you're doing socks this year, aren't you?
I am, and it doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
seems to no matter how many I knit, I haven't got enough yet
Yeah.
because I keep giving a pair away every so often.
Right.
Yeah,
That'll
so
happen.
yeah, I need to do a bit of a stock take and have a look and see how many I've got and how many I need to do. But I still got my tubes as well that I knit at your place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but one of them anyway. So yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So what about your socks?
So my socks, I'm certain.
them.
Sorry?
I watched you knit them.
I know. So I just sort of one day this week, I was like, oh, I'll just film it because it's kind of fun to watch. Sorry, the lighting in this room is atrocious. And so I filmed it, and then I had all these questions. Someone was like, oh, can you knit a heel? And blah, blah, blah. So I thought, oh, I'll show you how to knit a heel. And then I did another video that was the slow, what do they call it? Time lapse.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most fun video ever. I love I've watched that again and again and again. Isn't that crazy? So I've actually set up, I've got a camera stand thing that my kids gave me, and I've actually set it up above my machine. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to film time lapses every time I knit now.
I
So
really enjoyed watching it go down the whole. That was like, that's cool.
the fast one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, cool, eh? So yeah, so anyway, these are enormous because they're big man foot socks.
And that's open
They
as well.
It's Opal and it's 90 grams.
Wow.
Yeah. So 40, is it 40 rows of one rib, then 70 rows of plain, then the heel, then 80 rows, then the heel, the toe. Yeah. And I didn't plan for them to match, but they match perfectly. Look at
Oh,
that.
that's so cool. Yeah.
Couldn't have done that if I tried. Like, I just don't know how I managed that. That's just
That's cool.
totally lucky. And they fit my husband perfectly. So
Yeah.
they were for his birthday.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't quite finish both of them for his birthday, but because I had a bit of a problem with the ribbing on the second one.
Hmm.
So on his birthday, which was Monday, I said, "Here, try this on, make sure it fits you before I do the second one."
Yeah.
And I said, "Because if it doesn't, I'll pull this one back." And yeah, so I'm getting better at just if I make a mistake, I'm not like trying, well, sometimes I try and fix it depending on where I am, but
Mm.
I've gotten in the past, I've done some mistakes and then just like thrown it in the corner, or tried to like pick it up, post, like finish the sock and then tried to rectify it. And I'm getting much better at just going, nope, stop, pull it out, start again. Because it's so quick,
Yeah.
honestly.
Probably quicker to start again than it is to try and fix it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Cool.
this is the Opal, it's like Black Dragon or something is the name.
Oh, yeah. Mine's is something like that too, but same
Yeah,
range.
so I think it must be from the same collection.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're
Cool.
cool. I'm very happy with them.
Excellent.
I now have a recipe for making my husband socks.
I haven't finished anything else. How about you? I know you have.
I've done lots of spinning.
Mhm.
So do we want to talk about what we're working on and then we'll go into
Okay.
spinning?
Sure.
So I'm just plodding away. I'm still working on my sock head. It
Oh,
hasn't had much love at all.
have you finished the rib yet?
I'm still not at 4 inches. How am I not at the honestly, I've worked on this quite a bit over the last 2 weeks. Look,
Yeah.
I'm really close. Like so close.
Just start. Doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be
No,
perfect.
I'm still like 2 rows off 4 inches.
Just give it a stretch and it'll be 4 inches. There you go.
I'm gonna do a
If you put
Kimura.
your ruler down and if you put your knitting on top and you smooth it, it becomes 4 inches.
Doesn't seem to matter what I do, it doesn't become 4 inches. I don't know why. Like obviously if I was like that, it would become 4 inches, but yeah. What about you? What have you been working on?
Oh, a couple of things. So I finished, so this top I think I'm going to enjoy a lot more. So this is my
Oh yes.
one. I've lost my book over there somewhere. Um the one I'm making out of the Pom Pom magazine.
Yep.
Yep, so I finished the first half.
Yep. Looks
Yep,
really good.
and I'm done that much of the second half.
Woohoo. Oh,
Yes,
so you do them two halves and then seam them, do
in the
you?
middle. Yeah,
Same as that tin roof one.
yeah, yeah.
Ah,
And
neat.
then it's got like a thing down the middle, which you've done kind of I think it's garter in the middle, and you do a crochet chain on top of that
Right.
to make a seam.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Hmm, cool.
I thought I might use that color for the seam. I don't know.
That'd
Either
be
that
nice.
one or the grey. I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Mhm. Yeah,
If it's crochet, it won't take you long, so you could just do it, and then if you don't like it, rip it out and try the other color.
yeah. So I'm up to there. That much I've done on the other one, so I've got that much to do, which isn't
Awesome.
too bad since I just like it. I can do like a segment a day quite easily.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's good.
So
Nice and
that's
quick.
yeah, that's what I'm quite enjoying that because the yarn's beautiful.
Mm.
It's very soft and nice. Mm.
That's the we couldn't say it last week either.
Yeah,
Louie and Lola.
that's the one. Yes, Louis
Louie
and
and Lola.
Maria.
Do
Yeah.
you know what? We didn't say it right at all. Out of all the combinations we tried last time, I rewatched it and I was like, wait, how did we not say it? Anyway. Well, I've just been working on my Find Your Fade as well. So the beanie has been my handbag knitting, and this has been my at-home knitting. Which way? So that's where I was at last time. So I've
Mhm.
knit that much.
Cool.
I'm nearly up to the next lace section. I'm only like 4 rows off the next lace section. So
Nice.
yep. And I've also been doing my Hobbit blanket. I've now done November as well. So I've only got one more month.
That's cool. I've done
Mm.
a little bit on my round the bend.
Oh yes, we haven't seen that for a bit.
No, so I did do. Oh, I had a day of it
Cool.
recently, and finished in the middle of a row.
As you do.
Yeah, so I think I've done about that much.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's coming along quite well.
And that's with your purple sprouting.
My Galaxy um Christmas thing. What do you call it?
Yeah, Advent
Advent.
color.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh. So I've got
Neat.
I think another two colors to go before I start the decreases.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's quite a nice little one to pick up. I started that one again after I'd done my socks for a week because I didn't want to pick up socks again.
Fair enough.
Yeah, kind of had enough
Does
of
that mean you don't does that mean you don't have any socks on your needles at the moment?
I do. I still have my Dalacarium socks,
Oh, right.
um, which I just turned the heel for yesterday. So that's with my rainy day yarn.
Right. Yeah.
And I just looked at my top that I'm making, my stripy top is the Day Spring. It's
Is
called.
that what it's called?
Yeah, Day Spring.
Day spring.
Day Spring from one of the Pom
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 pom.
magazines. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I've been doing loads of spinning. So last time we met, I was on my way to spinning camp,
I
and that
know.
was
Oh my God, I was
so
supposed to
much
ask you
fun.
straight away how that was.
It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
a really, really good weekend. And one of the things I like about it is that it's that little kick up the bum once a year for spinning.
Mm.
So, yeah, I really like to go to that. You should definitely come next year. It's super fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So while I was there, I'll go over what I finished first, but while I was there, we did have a couple of like sort of lecture type things at night time. So I forgot to bring my knitting, and I had chucked in a bag full of hedgehog fibers to spin.
Mm.
It was one of their mystery clubs that I was part of once upon a time when it was cheap to get stuff from them. And I sat and spun that, and I pretty much finished that whole bump that weekend. So I spun 100 grams in 3 nights. And so when I got home, I was like, right, well, I'm going to ply this with something else because it came up with quite a tweedy yarn.
Mm-hmm.
And I've plied it with some of the Gotland yarn we got from, not yarn, Gotland fiber we got from, who's the lady that we got the Gotland from last year in New Plymouth?
And in the South Island, that one.
No, it's the
No.
lady that has the leftovers mix that you got.
Heavenly Wolves.
Heavenly Walls, that's the one. Is she from the South Island?
No, no,
No.
she's not.
Yes. I didn't think she was South Island. Yeah. So, the light's terrible. So that Gotland goes from like a navy through
Mm.
to a purple.
Oh, I see that. Yeah.
Yep. And I just I Andean plied the end of it because I had more of the Gotland left than the tweedy one. And so that light coloured stuff is the tweed.
It's cool. It looks really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. So there's over 200 grams there. It is a
Yeah.
massive, massive, floofy, delicious yarn. And I've got it. Could you try again? Siri thinks I'm talking to her. Um, I've got a new nephew. So, and
Mm.
my husband's going over at the beginning of May, so I thought I could actually knit a blanket.
Lovely. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to do a corner to corner,
Hmm.
just like I'm going to use the granny's dishcloth recipe, and I'm
Yes.
just going to increase until I'm through half of it, and then I'll decrease.
Yeah.
But I might actually stripe it with something else. I've got a really nice grey as well, like heathered grey.
Hmm.
So I might stripe it with that as well,
Cool.
just
That's
to make it go
beautiful.
a bit further and be
Yeah.
a bit, yeah. So yeah, I'm very inspired by that. And it's so squishy.
So that was your oh no, that wasn't your tweed one that you did.
No, no. So I'll talk about that in a minute,
Okay.
but I have finished one more project.
Yeah.
That is, so that was, Siri, I'm going to take her off. She's off my wrist. Okay. So do you remember the 23 and 23 that
Yes, yes.
I'm following the Passionate Spinner? She's trying to finish 23 projects in 23. So that was number 9.
Oh, oh, good. Yes.
And I finished number 10 this morning.
Oh, that's that beautiful.
So
Oh, look,
this
that
was
looks really silky.
it's actually not. It's got nylon. It's BFL, blue face Leicester,
Mhm.
and nylon stellina. So it's got a bit of sparkle in it. That's probably what you're seeing. Um, this yarn is from a place in Melbourne that I will link in. I can't remember. I'm very sorry. But half of it, so it was actually like the braid was, however long, and the middle half was black.
Yeah.
And the two ends were a rainbow.
Mhm.
So I split it in half,
Mhm.
and then lengthwise I split it in half, and then I've spun it so that it is actually a gradient.
Yeah.
And I'm going to knit socks with these.
Cool.
So what I have just decided, just as soon as I finish spinning it, was I'm going to do black ribbing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do top down. I'll do
Yeah.
black ribbing, and then I'll change to the other end and go through the rainbow, and then just keep knitting to the end.
Cool. Are you going to do them on your machine or by hand?
No, I'll do them by hand.
Mhm.
Yeah. I don't want to risk hand spun yarn on my machine.
Okay.
I don't want my machine to eat that,
Right.
just in case. And I got about 100 I got about 150 meters out of this one, about
Mhm.
130 meters out of that one. I haven't weighed them yet.
Yeah.
But and they were spun on my electric eel, my nano electric wheel. So
Cool.
yeah,
They look fabulous. Looks really cool. They're going to make great socks.
I think so. I'm very excited by them. Yeah, they are sparkly. That's the what you see
That's what I
as
can see. Yeah, there's a bit of a sheen. I can see a sheen.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
very exciting.
So I've been using my hand spun this morning. I've decided to make a blanket and I'm going to weave it. I mean, I know
Ooh.
I've got lots of other blankets on the go, but this one's going to be a woven one. And I'm going to do, I'm following the Ashford pattern.
When you sent me that picture, I thought it must be that blanket. Yeah.
Yeah. So that it's the big blanket little loom. And it's for a free thing on their blog.
Yep. I'll
Um,
link it in the show notes.
oh, there's I'm not using my yarn isn't as thick as theirs, so it's going to be a
Mm.
little bit smaller than that, but I think it's still going to be quite cool. And I'm not doing, I mean, if you look at theirs, it's all very pretty and kind of
Very planned.
yeah,
They've used like five, is it five colors or four?
or
Four, and it's like a gradient, isn't it? A gradient of colors. Yeah.
yeah, yes, it's very well, there's one picture of it which is quite cool how it looks.
Because
It's,
it goes like light aqua through to a grey, is it?
yeah, like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not doing that. I've just got some of my hand spun, which kind of goes together quite nicely. There's
Nice.
some like purplies, some blues, oh no, so purplies and pinks and kind of nudie kind of colors. I'm going to do two panels with a black warp
Mhm.
and do two panels with a cream warp. I'm going to
Nice.
alternate them. Yeah. So I just started this morning. So I was going to say I cast on, I did the warpy thing. I could, oh my gosh, it doesn't matter how many times I use my loom. I always forget how to do that.
That's
That
fine.
tying, and I usually get it wrong. So this time I watched the video again and I was like, oh, I can't remember doing this last time. And I probably didn't do that last time. I probably just made something up.
I often have to watch the video when I'm warping as
Yeah.
well. Yeah.
So I'm up to my second block already. Uh,
Cool.
I've got I'm using a blue DK that's not a hand spun. As an Anna Cindy one, no blue, purple, sorry, DK Nana Cindy that we won in the Lucky Dub
Oh,
last
yes. Oh,
year. So I'm using that as my accent around. So that's my in between all of the squares.
that
That
looked really nice, that purple.
it's a very cool purple. It also goes through pink sometimes. It's a little bit got some black in it, and like as I'm
Nice.
weaving, you can see it. Yeah. So
Cool.
I'm just about to finish my second square. So I should
Excellent.
finish the first four today, I imagine. If not
Yeah,
today,
weaving's
tomorrow.
so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and hopefully I'm even measured stuff, like with a tape measure.
With a tape and weighed it as well.
I haven't done that. No.
Oh,
I just
okay.
thought if I run out, that's fine. I mean, each block is at 96 picks, which I think is there and back, there and back, like one, two, three, four, fives, like that.
Yep.
So I don't know any of the lingo in weaving.
I'm still pretty new with the weaving lingo too. So yeah. Dents
So
per inch?
what's that?
No, dents per inch is the reed.
Yeah, and I don't know what kind of reed I've got. I've just got the one that came with my machine.
Right.
So I'm just, yeah, that's fine. That'll do.
How wide is your loom?
I've got the knitter's loom, the wider one. It's that
So,
wide.
oh, so it's quite wide.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. But this is so I ran out of my warp color, my first warp color
Oh no.
for things for what you call those things? Warp
Warp lengths. Yeah.
Yeah, four before it was supposed to. So it was supposed to have 56, and I had 52.
Oh well. As
But
long as you do the same thing on all of them, it'll be
that's
fine.
right. Yeah, and even if I don't, it'd be a skinny one and a fat one.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
No, I do hope that the squares line up. I'm counting how many lines I'm doing, so apparently that's a good thing to do.
Yep. If you count and always have the same pressure and the same yarn,
Same
it should be
tension.
fine.
No, well, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't have the same yarn.
That might be where you come unstuck.
Yeah,
But
I don't, like my tensions look good. It's like, I kind of, what my knitting's like, my weaving's similar.
yep. It'll be a piece of art, Gillian. It'll be a beautiful piece of art.
I'll do the first two panels And if things don't match up, I'll just make sure the other two don't match up, so then it doesn't look like it's supposed to and it doesn't. Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That sounds perfect.
So yeah, watch this space. I might have panels to show you next time.
Yeah, I'm
A whole
excited.
blanket.
You probably will have a whole blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, because I've got Easter. We've got Easter in between, so it's like 4 days of just weaving if I want
Yep.
to. Yeah. Cool. So that's what I'm doing with my hand spun. I haven't spun anything, so I thought I'd just talk about my hand spun.
Well, I'll talk a little bit about what we actually did on camp.
Yes,
So
please.
I had 4 classes. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll walk you through the 4 classes. So my first class was spinning linen.
Oh, you were quite worried about that.
I wasn't sure how that was going to go. It's really fun. So we actually spun flax into linen. So
Right.
it's called flax when it's in the unspun whatever, because flax is the plant
Yeah.
and it has to go through a whole process. It's not just like pick the plant and dry it. It has to be retted, which is some chemical process that I haven't looked up. But anyway, the tricky thing about spinning flax is that the staple length is a meter.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's literally how long you cut the plant, and it tends to be a meter.
Mm.
So, um, but I spun.
Woohoo.
I
So,
spun linen.
so how would the staple length make it trickier? That would make it easier, wouldn't it?
No, because you end up then with like a mat.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have to put it on a distaff and pull it through
What's the
slowly.
distaff?
So a distaff is just something that holds your yarn.
Oh, yeah.
So we made a distaff with, I should have brought it up. We used newspaper, which we rolled up into like a witch's hat,
Mm-hmm.
and then put a milk bottle lid inside to stabilize it so that it could then sit on a pole,
Oh, yeah.
so that it could sit behind us on a pole.
Yeah.
And then we put the flax over it, and well, we separated out, like we put the flax on a table and then separated it out a little bit, just like you do when you're kind of spreading out the fiber to
Mm-hmm.
make sure that it's not all matty. And then we tied it in half with a ribbon
Mm.
and then tied the ribbon around this witch's hat thing.
Right.
Yeah. And it was so clever that that's the idea he came up with so that we could take it home with us and finish it at home.
Yeah.
So yes, so I did that and I've chain plied that. So that's a 3-ply.
Yeah.
Look how fine that is.
Wow.
Like, yeah. That's like
And,
not even 4-ply.
and is it kind of soft?
No.
No.
No, so linen softens up over time.
Yeah.
So it's quite coarse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I would spin it again, but I'd want to get a proper distaff.
Mm-hmm.
I know Anna Grattan is now selling flax to spin.
Oh, I
So
saw that too.
yeah, so I'd be keen to get some of her flax and give it a go, but I'd like to get a distaff first. So I might even pick up a distaff at Woolfest, maybe.
Very true.
So that
Well,
was my
but you've made one, so you can just make one. You're an engineer.
yeah, it's pretty flimsy. Like it was okay for a couple of hours, but yeah. Anyway,
I'm looking one up.
um, so that was Friday afternoon. So then Saturday morning, we did tweed.
That you
So
sent me pictures of that.
sorry,
You sent me pictures.
I
It made
did
me
send
more
you pictures of
jealous.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
So this is my little sample that I've made.
Mm-hmm.
So we started with some she didn't even know what the fiber was, whether it was merino or cordell, whatever. And we used hand cards
Mm-hmm.
and we kind of laid a layer on and then used some sari silk
Mm-hmm.
and laid a bit of that on. And then I've also got some neps as well that I laid a bit on, but it looked awesome with just this sari silk.
Yeah.
And then we made little poonies. So that are
Yeah, cool.
like hundreds and thousands.
Yeah.
So fun and so quick to spin,
Yeah.
because you're spinning from the fold. From the fold's always really quick.
Yeah.
So that was my second class, and I'm really pleased that I did that one because I have a whole bag full of fleece from someone from work, and I want to do tweed yarn with it.
Yeah.
So now I know one way I can do it.
Yeah.
Because I still haven't done any of the tweed yarn preps that Tracy from Passionate Spinner has suggested.
Yeah. Because I had to play with that when she was doing hers. And it was good fun. I couldn't make it work. But then I was also not using my thingies right.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So then my third class was quite technical.
Mm.
This was with Pat Old, who is she's a creative fibre tutor.
Mm-hmm.
And we spun to the crimp. So spinning to the crimp, you get your actual raw staple, and you count how many crimps there are
Mm-hmm.
per inch in your staple yarn,
Mm-hmm.
in your staple fleece, and then you try to spin to those dimensions, if you like. So,
Sounds like there's maths involved.
not really though. So this is some Corridel, and the crimp was 7 per inch. So 7 crimps per inch. And so then we wanted to spin the yarn with 7 twists per inch.
Oh,
And
oh
14.
my
And so then 14 wraps per inch. And so it was just about getting to know your wheel and getting to know the ratios on your wheel and how to adjust the ratios. So it was about not you don't change how you spin at all. You just play with the ratios. That's all you do.
Okay.
To get the perfect thing. So I've got all these cards of these samples that we made. And it sounds like it sounded like a really difficult class, but it actually wasn't. Like it was actually quite enjoyable, and even you would have loved it, Jill.
Really? I kind of was like, oh.
Yeah. No. There wasn't that much maths in it.
Okay.
There was no maths, in fact.
Right.
There was no maths. It was just like counting.
Oh yeah, I can count.
I know. And so it's about sampling and learning how to sample and doing a proper plyback and stuff. And so I'd never done a plyback before. Have you done a plyback?
What are we talking about?
So a plyback is when you spin and then you pull it off the bobbin and then roll it on your leg to simulate
apply.
Yeah.
Oh, I've done the taking it off my bobbin and I just let it go to see what it would look like.
Yeah, so this is just a little more forced. So this is a plyback of that single.
Oh yeah.
So then the idea is that it's kind of like making notes in Ravelry when you're knitting or making notes in a book. If you come back to it, I know that to spin this exact yarn, I have to use my 4:1 ratio on my wheel. In the Z direction, that's it. I just need to do the 4:1. I just need to put it on that specific ratio and use my regular sort of treadling.
I'm looking at my wheel and I know it's got things like that, but I just do everything on one.
Yeah, so I'm the same. And that's why your yarn is always the same, Jill. So if you wanted to go thinner or thicker, you don't have to change how you play. You just move your ratios. Yeah. So
one day I'll learn how to do it properly.
I thought it was very interesting learning more about basically learning how to use our tool a bit better.
Yeah. Yeah, really interesting.
So that was interesting. So we did a Cheviot Tensile That's what that was. And what was this one? Corridale, both Corridale. This was a fine Corridale, and this was a coarse Corridale. So you can see that that's thicker than that one.
Yeah.
Because of just the coarseness of it, and so therefore the staple length, the crimp. So then the last one we did was this was the most mathy one that we did. And I was not expecting that. So this was spinning a bat. This lady is from Australia. She's from Melbourne. Janet Day was the tutor, and the class was Colour to the Max. And you can find Janet Day on YouTube as My Spin on Things. And it was how to make bats for a large project. So how to take, like, say you've got 4 lots of fiber of the same color family, but you want to make a whole sweater, because no one ever buys a sweater's worth of fiber. You always buy like 1 or 2, right?
Yeah.
So this is how to take several of them and make a cohesive sweater versus like doing a what is it?
A combo spin.
Versus instead of doing a combo spin, this is another way you could do it, and it's by making identical bats.
Okay.
Out of all of your stuff. So and then so again, I've got all these samples that we did. So something else she did was talked about like how different so we did 2 different bat preparations, and then another within that we spun them differently. So we spun them woolen, we spun them worsted, and then we spun them like really close to the orifice. So the idea was she was wanting us to create a really lofty yarn that wasn't weighty.
Right, yeah.
So like a really poofy yarn.
Yeah.
But like lots of air in it. And so if you spin a woolen yarn really close to the orifice, it lets the most amount of air in, apparently. I couldn't achieve that personally. So that method, for example, here's all the same. These are from all the same bat. This one is worsted spun, so that's quite tight. Then you compare that to woolen, then woolen spun from the fold. Now that's how I get the loftiest. This was her woolen, like how spinning really close to the orifice. I just couldn't get it to work for me.
Yeah.
So you can see. But I think the interesting thing about that is if you're going to go to the effort of making like lots and lots of bats for a sweater project, you want it to be right.
Yeah.
And so again, it's about sampling and just getting the yarn you want. So yeah, it was
cool.
Very cool sort of techniques. I think you can go a long way down the rabbit hole with this sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that was my camp. It was really, really fun.
Sounds like you did a lot of interesting things.
Yeah, really interesting. And I think the thing is that you can take from it what you want. You know what I mean? Like for me, from this, I think I learned a lot about sampling over the weekend, and about if you're going to do spin for something, you do sampling. And just trying.
I don't think I'm ready to be a technical spinner yet.
No, and that's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
One day. I guess it's like my weaving, you know, before I just used to throw it on, but now I'm doing something and I'm planning something. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And same with knitting. It's like I've noticed that I kind of like my knitting now. Like it's wearable. You know, it's not full of holes necessarily, although you guys did point out where I had a hole last time when you were here, but there we go.
Sorry. But it's like the difference between making like socks, for example, are your classic, that you make it and you make them on 3mm needles and they're way too big.
Yeah.
And then you decrease your size and you find that's really the fabric you want, but it's still not quite the right fit. So then you go down and so it's about just steps, small steps, I
Yeah.
think.
And picking up the sides so that you don't have holes and that sort of thing in
Yeah.
your socks. And yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think it's just whatever works for you as well.
Yeah.
Like it's very, very, very personal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did have a chance to do a little bit of shopping there.
Well then, because I
Have
have
you done any shopping?
bought one thing.
You talk for a bit because I need some coffee.
Okay. I bought one thing and it was quite, it's not, it isn't fiber, it isn't yarn, but it is a fabulous little bag to hold my yarn and fiber in. So when I go out, if I go out during the weekends to the cafes and things like that, I usually take um, a project bag as my handbag.
Yep.
So I've invested in a really fancy project bag that looks like a handbag. So this arrived from South America, from Joji Locatelli's handbag making people. It's
Nice.
beautiful.
It's very fancy.
It's very cool. And it's like a really good space. Like
Yeah.
it fits nice. Like you can put your socks in here. I have tried. For my socks, I can put my phone and my keys. And I can even put my whole wallet if I wanted to. And it still closes.
Awesome.
And it's got this little cool thing here too to put stuff in. I'm not sure what to put there. I don't know if it'll fit my cards in.
I was thinking it must fit your credit card. Yeah.
Yeah, potentially fit my cards in. Inside it, it's got like things like you can put like your notions, or if you've got like when I've got my, if I knit with my bendy ones, I could like shove my spare one in here that I'm not using, so I don't lose it. I have no words. I forgot what I call my bendy. What do you call it? Fast, my
They're
fast, my fast, speedy sock
they're
knitters.
Addy. Are they Addies or are they Knit Pros?
I've got some Addy ones and I've got some higher
Higher. They're higher flyers is
flyers.
the
There you go.
higher one.
Okay,
Let's
so my
call that.
flyers. So normally if I'm using my flyers, obviously you've got the two on there and you've got the spare one. So I could just pop that in here
Perfect.
rather
I'm
than
always
putting it
losing that
into
third
my
one.
yarn. Yeah. So there you go.
Whenever I knit with them, I find that what I have to do is I have to stop halfway through a row
Hmm.
so that I don't have a spare needle.
Ah, but then you knit with the four or something, don't
Yeah,
you?
but for some reason, DPNs are harder to lose than those flyers.
Mm. So there we go. It fits quite nicely just on my hip there.
I like that it's got the card thing, actually.
Yeah.
That would be awesome for Woolfest.
Ooh. Yes. Well,
You just have your card there.
yeah.
Very
But
good.
that's my only purchase. I do have some things on a list I'd like to buy from Anna Grattan, but I haven't purchased yet.
Nice. She's not coming to Woolfest.
Oh, well, I'll have to buy it then.
I know. I'm like, maybe I'll make myself spin like a couple more things in my pile, and
Hmm.
then I'll let myself buy some more. Maybe I
Well,
should spin one of hers.
I'm using lots of my spinning now, so that's yeah. I
Yeah.
actually went into my yarn drawers and there's some space in there now.
Wow.
I know.
Well, Anna Grattan was not Anna Grattan, sorry. Annette was at.
Yeah. What did you buy? Oh my God, I'm very jealous.
So Annette makes amazing. She's the amazing person behind the Twisted Sisters label, and she makes incredible bats.
Oh, that's pretty.
So it's got purple. Sorry, now you're seeing the light. It's got like this lime greeny yellow color,
So some gold in there as well.
aqua.
Or is it the lime green that it looks like
I
gold?
think it's the lime green. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Ooh.
I would like to, with this one, there's a Ply magazine article called 9 Ways to Spin a Bat.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to look through that and decide one of those ways and spin my bat.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm going to use this as a learning tool as well.
Nice.
And I got two more. I was a bit of a greedy monkey, actually. I was like, that's mine, that's mine, that's mine. Take my money.
I saw some of the pictures of the one she was taking on Instagram, and she did look like some beautiful ones.
Yeah, so after I spun that gorgeous 200 grams with the two bats,
Mm.
I want to do another one of them because it was just so fabulous. So I got
Oh, nice.
this, but
Yeah.
I've got two of them jammed in this one bag. Yeah. So they're not quite identical. So I think that'll be quite interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to do the exact same thing, just layer them straight on top and spin them following the colors.
Yeah.
So yeah, just really enjoyed that. So she's actually said what's in it. Merino 19 micron Angelina and silk.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I don't know what's in the other one. She very rarely says what's in her bats. What you get is what you get.
Mm.
So I was feeling very adventurous. And there was a woman there who sold cotton fiber for spinning.
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever spun cotton? I hear it's incredibly difficult.
Right.
So naturally, I
You
had to
thought you
buy
might
some. So I've got these three little baggies.
Mm.
They're all like $5 each, so like very small investment.
Yeah.
So I got a massive like selection of different things. So I've got this is rose lyocell,
Oh, yeah.
and then there's this one is mint tencel.
Mm-hmm.
It all looks the same. So they're plant based.
I thought tencel was. Oh, that's a plant thing.
It's
I
a
have
plant.
I have spun something with tencel in it before.
Yes, so have I. And I've spun the rose one as well,
Mm.
in something. This is sea cell, which is a seaweed lyocell.
Oh.
Um, and this is a 10 cell lyocell. As I said, I just got literally, $5 worth of everything.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
just so shiny.
it is.
And the other one is just cotton.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to do
So
with that? Just play.
I'm just going to play with them. So yeah, I'm just going to try and spin them on their own. Then
Mhm.
if I really hate it, then I'll just chuck it in my bag for maybe I'll make some bats and put them in it or something. I could dye them.
Yeah.
They're all plain, so no dye on them yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just thought that was very exciting.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, all of that was like $30.
Yeah.
Um, so Lynn was there too from Fibre to Go. I got one skein.
Okay. Yes. Ooh.
And this was only $15. She
Mm-hmm.
was getting rid of it. It was just a base she's discontinuing, but I love the color. My
Yeah.
son has stolen it.
Right. Yeah.
So
For
as soon as I brought it home, he was like, Mum, can I have that? Can you wind that up for me just so that I can have some string when I need some string?
oh, okay.
And I was like, part of my heart broke a little bit, but
Mm.
teach them to love yarn and they won't have they won't have money for drugs. I don't know. And I thought of him when I bought it too. So I was always going to either knit something for him or I don't know. So I will now ball that up for him and he can just have that in his room.
Mm-hmm. For string.
And I'll just have to say to him, never throw it out. If you want to get rid of it, give it to me.
Yeah.
So I got my purple sprouting birds
Oh, yeah,
mystery bird yarn.
yeah.
So the bird this month, the bird this month was the Kia.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so I don't normally like this color, but I really like this
Mm,
actually.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's got a bit of, the blue from under their wings and
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
no.
so the Kia is a native New Zealand parrot.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you can see parrot in that.
Yeah, that's one of the cleverest in the world.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
very clever.
So there's that. And she had some stuff on sale, so I got this
Fluff.
because it's Surrey Silk Cloud.
Yes, I've got some of those sari silk, which is beautiful.
Yeah, in the color watermelon sugar.
Nice.
And I this has been on in her sale box for about 4 months, four or
Oh,
five
well,
months.
yeah,
I've been looking at it for 4 or 5 months. And so when I ordered this, that was still there. So I was like, okay, that's mine.
yeah,
It was like $15 or something.
yeah.
Um, and I also got a ball of sock yarn from Michelle Ann's when I was there. I
Mhm.
wasn't going to buy anything. So I went there on Thursday. I wasn't going to buy anything, but this jumped out at me.
Oh, that's cool.
Have you knitted from this brand before? It's
No, but I have seen them.
so it's Countrywide Yarns, which is an
Mm,
Australian company.
mm.
Oh no,
No, Countrywide's here.
it's New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen this before
Mhm.
and I picked it up and it was so soft that like instantly I thought of Scarlett, my 11-year-old, and it was so soft I was like I have to make her socks out of this.
Yeah, nice.
So that'll just be machine socks.
Cool. So
But
how are
yeah,
you how are
this
you
yarn
doing
is
for your outs and in?
sorry.
How are you doing for your outs and ins then? Into the
So
top three?
yep, so I finished the November club of my Hobbit yarns, my Lord of the Rings yarns, and I finished this.
Mm,
That's a whole ball, and one for that. I'm up to +2, I think, but I've included that green yarn,
mm.
right? But as soon as I ball it up and give that to my son, I'm going to minus that because it's not mine, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing all right. But I definitely have to I feel like I need to be like -10 before Woolfest.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So not you're
Not long to
hearing it
go.
here right now. I'm not buying any more yarn until Woolfest.
Yeah.
Unless
Like
something
5
really
weeks
special
away or
comes
something.
along. Yeah, yeah. Unless something really special comes along.
Yeah. Cool. Excellent
Yeah.
stuff. I'm quite looking for I'm going, okay, Harriet, can we finish now so I can go do my weaving?
That's so awesome. I'm so pleased you're back into your weaving because you were really hating it for a while there, weren't you?
Yes, yeah. I kind of
Yeah.
I'm up and down. I'm in the same with it, most things, like it for a while and then you fall out with it and then yeah, because it doesn't do what you want it to do. Mm.
I'm excited to see this blanket of yours. I really am.
So I hope it's something. Anyway, it will be something. I hope it's something
But
fab.
even if it's not like exactly what you had in mind, it'll still be a blanket.
That's right. Yes. Made from mostly made from my hand spun.
Yeah. So I've been wanting to knit a blanket out of my leftovers of this. Maybe I
Mhm.
should weave. Maybe I could do the same thing.
Yes. It goes so fast.
It does. It
Yeah.
does. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Once the whole warpy thing's done, because that took forever.
The
But
warp takes ages.
yeah, once that was done, the weaving bit's going well. And I found myself a
Mm.
nice, comfortable way to do it that doesn't hurt my back.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's
And
cool.
yours has got the notches on the back as well, so you can sit it on a table, eh?
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm sitting on my knee.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm like with my knees up. So yeah.
Do you have, so you don't have a stand then?
No, I'm thinking maybe I'll see how I go. I might need one.
Oh, I think the stands are fantastic. Yeah. Yeah.
I was looking this morning, but no, I don't need. I learned. I did that stitch. I did a hem stitch, which have
Oh,
never done.
well done.
That took a long time. I tell you, I watched about 4 different YouTube videos before I kind
I
of
love hem stitch.
yeah. Now,
To
now
me,
I've
it
got
just
it.
makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, cool.
yeah,
You by the end of this project, you will have warped up 4 times
yes,
in a short space of time. So you'll be really good at warping.
yeah,
You will have done hem stitch 8 times.
yes,
So you'll be really good at hem stitch.
yeah, yeah. I'll
You'll be
be
really good at counting.
yeah. Maybe even get something even.
The one thing about weaving, though, I do feel is that it's not as easy to undo.
No, 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 I think so. Just cut it.
I don't know. I feel like once you've woven, it would be a lot of work to undo something.
Oh, I see what you mean. Undo it. Oh no,
Mm.
don't do that. It's just like, oh well, just hard luck. If I
Yeah,
make a mistake.
yeah.
Hmm.
As opposed to knitting and crochet where you can easily undo it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no. Oh, what am I going to make a mistake of? If I put the wrong color in, who cares?
Thinking if it doesn't come out like your perfect blocks,
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
It'll all
Okay,
get
good.
sewn together and it will go kind of
Yeah.
like bricks instead of squares. Yeah. In fact, I'm already going to decide it's going to look like bricks because there's no way in hell it's going to all match up.
You might surprise yourself.
I might do.
Right, well, the only other thing we have to talk about is our whip along,
Yes.
which is hashtag Kiwi Summer Whip. So please enter that. You just have to finish something you started before the beginning of this year by the end of April, and we will draw from those anyone who's done hashtag Kiwi Summer Whip. We've had quite a few entries recently, so that's really good.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent. Woohoo. And I
Awesome.
think I had an entry even.
You can't win, Jill.
I know, but I could enter.
I've entered a few times too. Yeah. All right. Well,
Well,
Paki tape, everybody.
yeah, Matiwa, and
Latiwa.
I'm off to do my weaving.
And I'm off to do some knitting.
See you. Bye.
Bye.